Good morning, guys. Oh, there you are. I love playing guitar and looking up and see that people are coming in. So, hey, good morning. How we doing? Please check in with me. Let me know how your morning's been so far. Thank you for being here. Thank you for continuing to show up. We're probably going to have a lot of new people today in this group, which I'm super excited about. I sent out a big email yesterday to our email list, which, by the way, if you're not on the email list, I highly recommend it. We're putting out a lot of great information about positive things that you can do to improve your health during this time. So probably a lot of people coming in right now for the first time. So if this is your first time, welcome. Today we're going to be doing what's called box breathing. Wonderful technique to help reduce anxiety, boost your immune system. This is, I think, our 10th session we've had here. Good morning, Cass. Good morning, Anna. So good to see you guys. So before we get started today, I want to tell you a little story about perspective. And it's a story from me, my own experience. Many of you know that a lot of the inspiration behind creating Native Path came from my adventure when I went down to the Amazon and lived with an indigenous tribe for I think 40 days. I was down there and I did a rite of passage and everything. I was taken back to the deep parts of the jungle. I lived in a little hut by myself alone, and I'm talking we were deep in the jungle. I was maybe 14 hours by boat from the nearest town. So that in and of itself was a little, I was feeling a lot, right? And as I was looking at the jungle itself, right, there was two different ways I could look at it, right? Because here's what was happening in the jungle, right? For one, I was like by myself alone. You know, if I broke my leg, got sick or anything like that, it was for me to figure out. So I was very much like taking a chance in that way. But I could look at it as like the most dangerous place in the world, right? There's snakes, there's bugs, there's jaguars. It's like all over the place. And I was looking at it like that for maybe the first 10 days I was there. And I really missed home. And it was just like it was kind of a miserable experience. And I kept making the experience more miserable by complaining about it and saying, I don't want to be here. And this is hard. And I don't want to be doing this, right? And then about the 10th day, something switched where I started to accept where I was and to look at it in a beautiful way and to appreciate everything that was happening with me. And when that happened, all of a sudden this jungle became like the Garden of Eden, and like I was in like heaven. And all of a sudden I got along with the bugs and I wasn't afraid of the jaguars anymore. If there's a snake, I just looked at it and everything changed, right? Based on a perspective, right? And it's so important that I think during these times, we step in and we just first become aware of the perspective, the lens that we're seeing the world through. And a lot of the times it's from all this external stuff out here can really distort a perspective that we want to be having, how we want to choose to see the situations. So when we choose to see from a place of trust, when we choose to see from a place of love, everything, our thoughts, our feelings, our words, our actions, everything can be felt around here, and the reality itself actually changes. So I think it goes back to that Viktor Frankl quote I shared with you guys. Viktor Frankl, who was in the Holocaust and lost his children, his family, and even in the midst of those chaotic situations, that deep crisis, one of the perhaps the worst thing ever humanity's done, he was still able to find peace, right? And that's what we're training here. We're training you to find peace in the midst of chaos, find calmness in the midst of chaos. So if you guys are just joining in, welcome to the party here, and we're going to continue today. Like I mentioned, we're going to do box breathing for 10 minutes today, and this will be probably the longest we do the box breathing exercise. Other talking points I want to get to here real quick. Let me know any questions you have about your health as it relates to COVID-19. I'm doing a Facebook Live next week, and if you have any particular questions, let me know. I'm trying to gather a resource of questions from the group itself, and then I will answer all those questions in one Facebook Live. And I want to make that really direct and hopefully helps you with your specific questions. So just a quick review of what box breathing is. For those who are just coming in, you can imagine a box, right, in 4 different segments. You're going to hear a timer go off. You're going to inhale for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, exhale for 5 seconds, and then hold again for 5 seconds. So some key points I want you guys to think about: sitting up nice and right, up and tall. When you hold your breath, do not close your throat. Keep your throat open and just keep the breath at that certain level, right? The other thing you want to do is only breathe in and out of your nose, keeping your focus right in between your eyes, looking at that pineal gland, aka the third eye. So, does that sound good to you guys? Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Lena. Good morning, Amy. Thank you for checking in. Everybody ready? I've got the timer here for 10 minutes. We're going to go for 10 minutes today. It's a big test. Can you sit with it for 10 minutes, okay? Give me a good sign, and I know we're ready to go. I'm going to take one more little sip of coffee. I always like to have just a little bit of coffee before I do some breathing, meditating. Kind of gets me right. Okay, I think everybody's ready. I've got the timer. Again, you're going to hear it going off for every 5 seconds. I'm going to walk us through the first couple rounds. Then after that, we're going to do the rest of the 10 minutes on our own, okay? Okay, beginning in 3 seconds here. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. On your own now. Hey guys, how was that? 10 minutes, way to go. A little bit longer that time, so very good, very good. So I hope you enjoyed that 10 minutes of box breathing. Tomorrow I'm going to introduce a new technique that we haven't done before called 3 sips breathing, where we're going to work on different levels of the inhalation and different pauses. So it's another great way to build on control and capacity. So I'm really excited to share that with you guys. One of the questions we got yesterday, and I haven't gotten the comments from yesterday yet. It was really busy, so I like to get to the comments, but I do read them. Someone said they noticed they breathe better and more when they're on their back. When we do the belly breathing, they can get a bigger inhalation than when they're sitting upright. And at first, that's definitely the case, because when you're totally relaxed and surrendered, the only muscles that are working when you're on your belly is really the respiratory muscles. Your spine's not really working. Everything is relaxed, right? So you can focus on that more. It takes a little bit of time to be upright and get just as big of a breath, right? And I would say even you may not ever get there, because laying on your back and being surrendered to that level allows you to really bring in a lot of air. So just keep practicing. That's completely normal. And last thing before you go, just please let me know how you're feeling after doing that. Any questions you may have, and also any questions you have about COVID-19 as it relates to your health. Anything I can do to help you. As I mentioned, my team and I were working really hard on research and on our email newsletter to upgrade that, to keep you guys informed about what's going on in the world and how you can stay healthy and happy. So if you have any questions at all, just please let us know. And again, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for yourself for showing up, doing what you can to calm yourself, get yourself on a right start, and then go get it. So if you guys are sticking around, I'll be working out if you're watching this live in 10 more minutes, and we'll do it. I'll see you again there. Okay guys, thank you so much. Much love. Bye-bye.